in that moment of looking at the timekeeper, and Vince snaps at him to ring the fucking bell. Oh, they're screwing me right now. And I remember reaching back and showing that I wasn't submitting, and I grabbed Sean's leg and started to reverse. And you could hear the bell ding, ding, ding.
If I hadn't rung the bell, Vince McMahon was going to ring that bell.
And at first I was like, I wanted to just kill Vince. I wanted to just jump through the ropes and just punch him out. I couldn't believe he did it to me after all the years that I gave him and all the matches and all the hard work. And he would disrespect me like that. You son of a bitch.
But it was, it was what it was.
I remember I had a nice good gobber spit. And I remember I just leaned over the top rope.
Hollywood couldn't recreate something better than that.
That piece of shit's locked himself in his office.
Widely viewed by fans as wrestling's most treacherous act, the Montreal Screwjob would tear the lid off of wrestling's sacred brotherhood.
Show's over. I got screwed. And I was so mad. And there's Sean suddenly in my dressing room. He's swearing to God that he had nothing to do with it.
Sean, you were in on that?
My hands are clean. That's why I swear to God.
He was a bad actor.
But one of the two was in on it, that I think.
Sean had to be in on it.
You know, at that time, I had no idea. Well, now we know Sean was just putting on an act.
There was like this hush in the dressing room, and everyone was kind of stunned. I remember Undertaker got so mad that he kicked over one of those big steel barrels. He just slammed the door and said something about he was going down to Vince's office to get a straight answer on why they did that to me.
You know, Vince, you got to go over and talk to him, explain why you did what you did. You got to give him one. And by giving him one, if he's gonna hit you, you got to take one. Bret came out of the shower and told Vince get out of his fucking dressing room. And then he said, if you're still here when I get out, I'm gonna get dressed, I'm gonna punch you out. Bret finished the shower. I mean, he went back and took his sweet ass time and finished his shower. And Vince stood right in the middle of the room waiting for him to finish.
So I finished showering, I come out, and it's funny because I walk out of the shower sopping wet, naked. Vince said something to me along the lines of, this is the first time I ever had to lie to one of my talent, which is such a lie. I remember tying my shoes, and I remember when I got tying my last shoelace, I started to tie it, and I go, well, this is it. I'm gonna punch out Vince McMahon. I can't believe I'm doing this. And we walked towards each other, end up tying up, just like a pro wrestling match. And I remember just sinking down and kind of just turning my whole body and thinking 14 years and coming up right between our arms. And I hit Vince McMahon with the most beautiful Mike Tyson uppercut. I popped him literally right off the ground. He went straight down, out cold. Everybody was stunned. No one could believe it.
It was dead silent for a while, and nobody said anything. And then Bret said, get the fuck out of my dressing room.
I mean, I have to say that I remember Shawn Michaels. He was bawling his eyes out like a baby. And I remember thinking, I know you were in on it. And he knew it. He was like waiting for me to make my way over to him and finish him off. But I remember I just tapped him on the shoulder and I said, Sean, thanks for the match. Or he couldn't believe that I thanked him for the match. And then he looked up at me and he just burst into tears, like really blubbering. Like,
I had never to that point heard of that much drama and backstage just bullshit.
Sometimes I lost sleep over what I should have done that day.
Bret, you're not gonna understand this now, but Vince was trying to protect his business. It was never about not trusting you. He didn't trust Eric.